Every ship in a bottle I make tells a story, and this one captures a memory at sea. A woman once asked me to recreate the very yacht she and her loved ones had sailed on during a special vacation. I started by searching for the general appearance of the boat, studying its layout and drawings to understand its proportion and features. Now it's time to apply putty to the entire hull. For the bulwarks I use thin strips of wood, flexible enough to bend but strong enough to hold their shape. To make them curve naturally along the hull, I soak the wood in water and gently heat them up. Once cooled, they stay in position, forming a clean, elegant outline for the deck. After attaching the bulwarks, it's time to go over everything once again with putty. This second layer helps the hull and the bulwarks become one solid form. Now I need to raise the aft part of the deck to match the shape of the original yacht. Once the putty dries, I shape it carefully using a craft knife and sandpaper. Now it's time to build a part of the cockpit. I form it using thin wooden strips press-soaked and gently bent to match the curves on the deck. With each step, I adjust the shape to match the original yacht more closely. Bit by bit, the model gets closer to the real thing. At this stage, the shape is already close to the final model. Most elements are in place and the overall look is nearly complete. I paint all the parts in plain white. White helps hide material difference and create a consistent base, so any color added later looks cleaner and more even. For the yacht's name, I simply printed it on regular paper. Then I carved a shallow recess in the hull, just deep enough to fit the paper perfectly. A touch of putty and a layer of paint over the edge made it look completely seamless. The result is monolithic, as if the name was always part of the hull itself. When painting the sidelines of the hull, it's best to make them as straight as possible right from the start. But if anything goes off slightly, I can always go back and carefully trim or correct the edges with the knife. I use black paper to imitate all the windows. The key is to cut each one precisely to match the yacht's drawings. For this line, I use fishing line painted to look like wood. To build the cockpit interior, I don't have detailed plans, only photos of the real yacht. I study them carefully and try to recreate the general layout and proportions. It doesn't need to be exact, but it should feel close enough to be recognizable. For the front safety rail, I use thin steel wire. I heat it over a flame to straighten it, but it has to be done carefully, too much heat and the wire can snap. After cooling, it becomes soft and easy to bend into shape. For the lifelines, I use fishing line. I straight it between the rails to imitate the real safety lines along the deck. The client specifically asked for a small boat with a platform at the stern. Because of that, the yacht's name will not be visible. It's mostly hidden behind the platform. But it's still nice to know it's there. Now comes the most critical step, placing everything into the bottle. To make the hull fit through the neck, I carefully bend the cockpit support just slightly. Everything has to slide in smoothly without damage. There is only one chance to get it right. After joining the two parts together, I fill the space between the sea and the hull with a flexible compound. It holds the hull firmly in place and shapes the surface of the water. For the sails, I used regular white paper. Before cutting them out, I drew thin line with a hard pencil to imitate stitching. For the rigging, I soak the threads in glue and stretch them tight. This keeps them straight and firm after drying. And that's it. This is the final look of the model. The only thing missing is the nameplate. The client will attach it later.